Back again, Tesla Gala, Wardenclyffe, Tesla Science Center, great night at Flower Field. Here with Alina. She is one of the most creative people I know. Alina has done light photography at my studio before. She's done some great shows. We're looking at a camera. I told her I have lens envy because this lens is unbelievable. So let's just start quickly with that lens for those photographer buffs out there.
Sure,
Why not?
You have to. So it's a 135 millimeter 1.8 prime.
And that is music to people's ears that do this. I tell you the truth, I don't carry around a camera that big anymore because I tend to drop it. So and I've done that, and it's not fun.
And it's very heavy.
Oh my
but
there's nothing that replaces those.
It's like 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's all glass. All worth it. And you're very trusting. So as I said, Alina, you might see her on Instagram or Facebook. She's a wonderful light paint artist. Is that what we're calling it? Light photography?
Light painting artist, yes.
Yeah. So briefly describe that, because I think there's some science Tesla sort of correlation there. Why not?
Sure, absolutely. So it was discovered early on in the beginning of photography, actually. And the basis of it is it's a long exposure, right, done in complete darkness, or as dark as you can get it. And as long as that shutter is open, and that shutter can be open from anywhere between, say, 5 and 20 seconds, any trail of light gets recorded in one
Amazing.
frame. So you can do anything that comes to your imagination and in movement, and that gets recorded.
So to give folks, and we'll show a couple of things you've done in the background, but you typically see this on city streets where you see these streaks of light. There's so many places you've seen it, but you've taken it to the next level, getting creative on all aspects of light photography. I know you also typically do some photography work for Tesla events. I know you're a big supporter, and I know you're from the
100%.
North Shore,
Mm-hmm.
Shoreham area.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe give us your inspiration there. With there must have been a reason why you keep coming around.
Well, I'm selfish in that. So I live in Rocky Point, which is right next door, and I consider Tesla to be in my backyard.
Yeah, you're lucky.
So, when I used to drive by years ago and see, that abandoned, grown over property, and then I would see the street sign saying Tesla Street. And I'm like, is that like Tesla? Like, it can't be. It can't be that this place is
Around the corner.
Around the corner, right there, in view of a major road, and abandoned and forgotten. So I was so, I was so excited when the Kickstarter happened,
Yep.
when the groundswell happened to preserve it and to bring it up and to build a science center. So from that point on, I was signed on.
Yeah, you were smitten with the Tesla. And there's been, a yearly gala, and you were there from the beginning where you saw the ground roots, Jane Alcorn, the people of the community getting involved, then the story of the oatmeal and the raising of the money, and then the buying of the property, and then the clearing of the property. And there's so many steps I'm missing, but a week from last year when we did this, unfortunately there was a fire, and it was a bad fire. I was there that night. I rushed over. What could I do but document a few things and watch firefighters do their job? Fact is, folks, there's $3 to $4 million worth of damage, and I'm not going to get legal here, but we don't know what the final answer will be in insurance. We just do not know, and I will not speculate. So one of the reasons we're having tonight is to gain more awareness and, quite honestly, raise some more money, because no one's going to stop this organization from realizing its dreams.
Yeah.
I sound like Mark Alessi.
But I think all of us do at the end of the day, that love it and support it, because
we become disciples.
We do. I think because we find ourselves within it in some way, shape, or form. Like, as a photographer, I find my home there. You, as an audio person, as a community person, you find yourself there. So, as a science person, and there's like all these people that just find their home because he just had that ability to pull those aspects of life together.
No doubt.
You know, innovation and appreciation and attention to detail.
You know,
and
it is
on and
crazy
on.
because you have the very scientific aspect of it, but you end up finding creative people to get together on his pedestal. So it's really cool.
Yeah.
Let's just let's do a little self promotion. What for yourself? What's your next endeavor?
Oh gosh. Thank you.
You're welcome.
This past fall was actually really busy. I had several exhibits. I did some interactive light painting, which I'm going to expand on, in this coming year, where I'm able to use a traditional DSLR camera to feed in that long exposure imagery and then combine it consecutively into video, and then have
Very cool.
and then have that broadcast back out so that people actually in real time interact with the image making. And I'm actually addicted to how people interact with it.
Yeah, that's
because
great.
it's like it gives me that feeling of discovery all over again. Every time I see someone who is going like, wait a minute, what's happening here? How is this happening? So I did it as a installation in a town festival in Patchogue. So it's a all-town lights festival.
Yeah.
So it happens once a year. So I was right on Main Street, catching everybody coming
That's
by.
great.
Had it projected onto the facade of the library, so people could literally interact with and create art on the facade of the library.
Wow, keep that going. That's great.
Yeah, so I'm expanding on that.
Good.
And working with a lot of students. So I worked with some students in New Jersey. I worked with some, that was last month. I'm working with students at Patchogue Medford High School, middle school, coming up next year. So, student groups.
You are busy. That's so great.
It's
Keeping the creative
exciting.
juices alive.
It's
So I'll
exciting.
put Alina's website and/or Instagram at the bottom of the page. Follow Alina. For sure, you won't be sorry. Thanks for keeping the creative juices flowing,
thanks,
and enjoy
Kevin.
tonight. There's a lot to see and do.
Yes. Please support the Tesla Center. With everyone's help, we'll make it happen.
Absolutely. Thank you.